Hi, class. So, first, I want to start by saying that I really don't have a favorite theorist or theory. I find a lot of them very interesting. Today, I am choosing to go with John Bowlby's attachment theory. And basically, well, actually, not basically, but his theory proposes that the emotional and social development of an infant is profoundly shaped by their relationship with their primary caregivers. And earliest bonds formed by children with their caregivers have a tremendous impact that continues throughout their life. Now, I fully agree with that. Just from my own experience, growing up as a kid, my mother always told me that I can do whatever I put my mind to, and I can be great if I just, keep pushing, and I can do whatever I wanted to do, or I was smart, or I was beautiful. She always gave me her words of encouragement. I've always was able to trust what she told me as my mom. And then here we are now, years later. I have two children, so I make sure I tell my children, you can do this and you can do that. It might be hard, but if you keep at it, you will succeed. You're smart, you're beautiful, you can do whatever in this world that you put your mind to. And I feel like it's important coming from their mother, because if it doesn't come from me, I don't know who they would get it from, honestly. And I feel like children who grow up in households that get to experience that, it helps them build their character along the way as they are developing into adolescents and adults. Whereas I feel like children who do not come from households where they're told that they're smart and they're beautiful and they can do this or they can do that, I feel like when you don't hear that as a child, or even as an infant, if you can't trust the fact that when you cry, your mother is going to pick you up and, nurture you and care for you. If you don't learn that as an infant, it would be hard to accept it as an adolescent or as an adult, especially knowing that as we grow up, we do form romantic relationships. And I feel like to miss out or to not experience great positive attachments as a child, when you do become an adult and you're in a romantic relationship, I can just imagine how that missing factor from what you didn't experience as a kid, what role it can play out in your relationship. So I definitely do agree and understand his attachment theory. I do agree that children will let you know the attachment that they have with their parent or their caregiver. I feel like it definitely shows when you see children with their parents and how that child is with their parent. I definitely agree. I feel like my children were very they're mommy's girls, and they always were. So compared to how I see one of my children with her father compared to how she is with me, it's very different. So I definitely understand and agree that. I do agree that if a child doesn't have a positive attachment with the caregiver as the child grows and develops, whichever traits the infant or toddler didn't get to experience when presented later as an adolescent or even an adult, it won't be trusted. I also read or looked up that children who were securely attached to their caregiver or parent in childhood, they grow up to have great self-esteem, strong romantic relationships, and the ability to positively communicate information about themselves. And I feel like that's very important, because if I can't do nothing, I can advocate for myself. My children, when something is wrong, or when they know that they've done something wrong, or just something that they're learning about themselves, they know how to speak about it. And I feel like I've encountered many of adults my age who aren't able to do so. And I really feel I'm a strong believer in what you experience as a child, or how you experience it as a child, definitely comes out in your adult life. So that's the theory that I went with. Well, the theory and the theorist, John Bowlby's attachment theory. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day.